What is up everyone who live in? My name is ZloyXP and welcome to a Q&A video. That's right, I just realized that I never really did one of these, so I decided to go on Twitter and just ask you people to ask me stuff, and then you asked and now I have to answer. So, at ZloyXP on Twitter, that's where I usually hang out, and also in the description of this video there's going to be a link to join my Patreon, not Patreon, it's just a Discord server. There are patrons there too, but you can join it for free, it's just a community thing, and there were some people asking on there as well. So I was hoping to just reply to some questions and hang out and just to let you people know actual things about me, as opposed to just watch me place blocks like we usually do. So, let's see what you guys said, and let's see if we can fish out something very interesting out of my pathetic life. RangerStack25 asks, what is something random you bought on impulse? Which is a harder question, because like, to a degree, I always feel, like ever since I became like my own person, moved out from my parents, like started managing my own money, everything I buy feels like I bought it on impulse. Like, I don't know, it's just, I really want something and then eventually I just give up to that want. For crying out loud, that's how I got a cat. He's right there. Hi. Hi, little fella. He actually cost me zero money. I got him from a pet, whatchamacallit? Not a pet cemetery, no, definitely not. From a pet orphanage. That's not what it's called either. You know what? I stole him. That's somehow easier to explain than what actually happened. Anyway, remembering and like thinking with my brain, hi. Are you going? Are you going? You're going, alright, cool. Actually thinking about it, I think I know like the most random thing I bought for no flipping reason, that just was absolute impulse buy. And it was a gift for Pixellus for Christmas. Now, I don't like to brag about this, but like I have to get into the bragging to get to the actual point. Here's the thing, it was Christmas and Pixellus and I were having just a blast of a year, and he absolutely deserved a present for dealing with my crap. And Liara was a regular on Pixellus' stream chats, and she still is, but she noted that Pix has mentioned that he needs a green screen. And I was like, oh, that's perfect, I'm gonna buy him a green screen. And I went to Amazon, dear Amazon, give green screen. And it was like, alright, here's a green screen, fairly affordable price, perfect timing, shipping timing, can get there right before Christmas. And oh, by the way, hey, we also have this full body green screen catsuit. Would you like to buy that? Because people sometimes buy it with this green screen. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Did someone a drawing, I did some extra work, but I got that stupid catsuit. It's actually incredibly inexpensive, and I had it delivered to Pixellus' house on exactly the day when they were leaving for Christmas to visit their relatives. It was wonderful. It was a Christmas miracle, honestly. I imagine they were like already packing, already in the car, and then the truck just stops by them, throws out a box, and they like catch the box and, huh, I wonder what it is. And they open it. And then I imagine they just drove for several hours in total silence because neither Pixellus nor his partner wanted to talk about the thing that I just sent. Alright, here's one that I actually really want to answer, because this is a common misconception about me. Diamond Warrior 9 on my Discord asks, why did you choose Bedrock Edition over Java? And that's something a lot of people think about me, but don't really understand. There's like, I didn't really choose one over another. Bedrock Edition is just where I currently have all my stuff. I started off playing Java Minecraft just like everybody did, but it was like 8 years ago. I have more of Java playtime behind my back than I have on Bedrock. It's just at one point in my life I was running on a horrible computer that was barely keeping up with my needs, and I was making videos on it. And Java Edition Minecraft ran on it, but it didn't like really run. Nowadays Java Minecraft is super optimized, back then it was not. So what happened is I would run Minecraft, record Minecraft, and it would look fine on video, but it actually was like 20 frames per second for me. So playing Java Minecraft was legitimately causing me headaches every now and again. But then Bedrock Edition came around, and that thing was made to play on smartphones. So of course, a proper computer had absolutely no issues running it and even recording it, believe it or not. That way, when Truly Better came around, I was incredibly happy. I was really happy about jumping onto the platform that actually I could record without getting headaches. And then I got a better computer, and right now I absolutely do not mind Java, though I have to absolutely say, as far as accessibility goes, Bedrock Edition is generally better for younger player, for older player, as in like literally grandmas and grandpas, and for families, for parents, all that kind of stuff. Like, of course, as nerds, Java is, you know, better, more polished here and there. It kinda dodged a few bullets in my personal opinion, but that once again is just my personal opinion. I will not be sitting here telling you that to play Bedrock Edition over Java. I'm just I like both versions, I play both versions, I will play both versions, just, you know, invite me to things. Gruwa asked favorite film, TV show, like one that changed your life the most type things. And that's actually a really hard question for me to answer because I consume a whole lot of media. So if we're talking about like which changed my life like on a moral level, we have to start with the movie I still consider my favorite one, and that is Fight Club. And I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I am not like, oh, I identify as Tyler Durden. I like Fight Club for what it actually tries to tell you, as opposed to like embracing its message. There's a lot to Fight Club. My favorite thing about that movie is that it actually gives you a better ending that the book did. There's a lot of really good breakdowns of Fight Club that I could recommend to you on YouTube. Absolutely, please seek out Maggie May Fish and her breakdown of Fight Club. It's pretty good. I think you'll like it. If you enjoy my videos, you'll like her one. As for a TV show, here's the trick. I have consumed like a shameless amount of cartoons lately. So I would say that all the TV shows that like legitimately impacted me lately would be absolutely BoJack Flippin' Horseman. Ironically and hilariously, Mao Mao Heroes of Pure Heart, which feels wild to mention the two right one after another. Then, absolutely, Netflix's She-Ra. Like She-Ra and the Princess of Power, just glorious. Watch it. It will change your life. Probably if you try to think about it. You don't have to, but like if you try, it's gonna be real good. And of course, if we're talking like my favorite ones, I can't not mention Hilda. And of course, I can't not mention Amphibia. By the way, Hilda second season coming this December. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Please inject it directly into my bloodstream. I want to feel warmth again in my body. Oh, absolute butthole of a cat. We got a cat sighting, so I'm shifting the camera. Oh no! Wick Walker asks, do you intentionally seek out Zloy cosplay pieces or does it just happen? I mean, by Zloy cosplay pieces, I'm thinking mean like stuff like this and like the goggles and whatnot, and the answer is I don't have to intentionally seek them out because ultimately Zloy as a character does not wear that complicated of an outfit. It's basically just a vest, a shirt, and goggles and suit pants and a tie. I do have the tie, by the way. I did seek out one that looks... I actually seeked out two that look fairly similar to what he has. This one's a thin one. They're both... This one's more red and more like dark red, and this one's it's more like a blue red. It's more purplish, and I like both of them, and I would love to wear them, but I can't tie a tie. So this is just pain personified. This one actually is already tied, but I'm not sure if it's like tied. It's not tied by me, I'll tell you this much. Yeah, I do actually seek this stuff out. I not actively though. I'm not like obsessively looking for it, because if I was, I would have assembled this in like 10 minutes. And I'm actually quite lucky because at one point Zloy was supposed to have horns. And you can imagine how much of a nightmare that would be to get. And hey, I absolutely love Zloy's outfit. I just love that kind of clothing. I just really loving that aesthetic. The issue with it is that unfortunately it's not really something that suits me because of my physical appearance, and I do want to work on that, honestly. I do want to like lose some weight, to lift some weights, I don't know. Just get myself looking just real nice. But, you know, that requires actual effort and time taken from making more videos and a lifestyle that is not entirely like confined to this computer chair I'm currently sitting in. Seriously, I sometimes even sleep in this thing. It's kind of insane. Что? Makazeta asks, please just show me your top 3 favorite hats and a story behind one of them. It might come as a surprise, but I don't really have 3 hats. Like, I have some beanies that I actually wear usually, but they're not necessarily what I would consider a hat. I do have 2 favorite hats though. Like, it's one, of course, is this one, and there's no story behind it, unfortunately. My girlfriend just bought it for me on AliExpress, I'm pretty sure. It's nice, it looks pretty okay, and it has quite an aesthetic. The only issue with it is should be fully aware of this one if you watch any of my streams on Twitch. There is one more hat that I do actually really enjoy in my possession. A variation, not necessarily a proper, but a variation on a Russian Ushanka hat. This is not really a full-on Ushanka. Full-on Ushankas have usually fur all across the hat, right? But this one is just really nice. I love it. It's my favorite day-to-day hat, which probably shouldn't be telling you this. And it's really nice. You can put it up like this, make like a full-on Ushanka out of it. You can take that off if you really want, and you could put this down here. And what I've been doing is I've been wearing it like this, and it actually helps me sustain the you know, mask for coronavirus on my actual mouth. And if you have your earbuds in, they're not going anywhere, because, you know, this part. I actually was considering, like, can I just sew a dynamic right directly into this? And I decided against it, because why ruin a perfectly good hat and a perfectly good dynamic? Case in point, if you always thought that a Russian Ushanka hat is just hilarious hat for memes, you're wrong, and you should feel bad about it. This is a legitimate piece of headwear, and I recommend it 90%. I don't recommend it 10% because of how kind of hilarious it looks. You have to have a certain charisma to rock it. I don't think I have that charisma, actually. Is it true that Pixellus writes all the best jokes in the recap? I don't keep count, but I'll tell you this. As of late, I would say he's funnier than me in the recaps at the very least. I've been dealing with a lot lately. I've been much more busy, much more tired, much more emotionally drained from things, and as a result it really affected my humor to the degree where sometimes I can be hilarious, just absolutely wild. You will die laughing. The downside is none of that can be put in the recap because it's either some swear words or, you know, a half an hour anecdote entirely in Russian. It's basically just like not the kind of humor we want to be associated with. And Pixellus, I mean, he's dealing with a lot too right about now. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying my life is harder than his. I'm just saying he's dealing with it better. And as a result, I would actually say that as of late, of this date, Pix has been a little bit maybe more funny than I am in the recaps. I identify as the funny guy, to be completely honest, so you can imagine how much it pains me to say that. Is the portrait in your closet oil or watercolors? Okay, so despite the common misconception, I do actually age. I do however have a portrait of myself over here. Let me show you. I believe these are this is pencil on a regular A4, and it's yeah, it's a drawing by my son. He gifted me this for my birthday and I love it dearly. He actually captured my likeness at the time really well, and he actually did this one almost entirely on his own. I don't think this thing here ages instead of me, but it does sure age, I'll tell you that. Citrus Things asked, do you recognize yourself as a possible villain on Truly Bedrock with your schemes? How could I not? Throughout most of Truly Bedrock, I was always meant to be a villain. It's not a secret, I'm not even being coy about it. I genuinely play a villain for most of Truly Bedrock. Like, at the very least, I play someone who is doing annoying things while knowing that they're gonna be annoying and delighting in them being annoying to other people. The only saving grace for Zloy as a character, especially in Truly Bedrock, is that he's annoying to people around him. He's generally not annoying to the audience. At least I hope he isn't. Plus, there's always the very innate understanding that I try to convey with my videos that when I do a bad thing to other players, I know I'm doing a bad thing to other players. It's intentional. I'm not like deluding myself in thinking that I'm a good person or not trying to present as if what I'm doing is good. Which I think is a very important distinction to make, because if you don't do that, then you're just advocating being a horrible person to friends. And I don't think that's fun, is all. I don't think that's like a good example to set. Not that I'm like concerned about setting an example for children. I just think that a story works better when a bad person has bad things happen to them. I don't know, just call me pedantic or something. Michael Loves asks, congratulations on joining Legacy SMP. Do you plan to continue with Truly Bedrock as well, or will work with 2 servers along with the Hermitcraft recap be too much? Well, here's the thing. As far as my intentions go, I want to keep up both Legacy and Truly Bedrock and Hermitcraft recap, no problem. Now, will I be able to actually do that, like, morally, physically, and at all? And usually I would just straight up tell you, no. That's entirely too many Minecrafts in my bloodstream, I will die. But here's the trick though. The Legacy server Season 2 seems to be panning out into a very different survival series from what, say, Truly Bedrock is, or what, say, all of my other Let's Plays were. I'm not saying the videos will be worse or like better, or they're gonna be different, you know, they're gonna be a little bit maybe even easier to record, and on the other hand, Truly Bedrock is about to go absolutely buck wild from what I can tell, so it's gonna be just easier to make videos on Truly Bedrock as well. As a result, we got an actually very fair chance of the both series not only continuing on my channel, but also providing a very different experience that I absolutely would love to see how it's gonna pan out, because I never did something like that. I already used to run 2 servers at the same time before, but it never was that different to one another. Unlike here where, well, from what I can tell, it's gonna be night and day. So I don't want to make any promises, because again, if it's gonna turn out that, oh no, I'm having a depressive episode, or oh no, something happened in my life and things went south, and now I don't have time to keep up with both servers, I wouldn't even want to think about it, and so I wouldn't even be able to tell you which server I would want to drop and which one continue. But if it's just up to me, if nothing just blows up in my face right now, I think I'll be able to continue both series and continue delivering pretty solid videos on both of them. So look forward to that. I'm absolutely pumped, positively pumped for it. Lemon Fizz asks, favorite game other than Minecraft? Well, that would be Minecraft. Alpen Glow Up asks, favorite foods? I kind of struggle to answer, because I don't know, I don't really eat food for pleasure. Like, it sounds really weird because beep boop boop, but I don't really do food for pleasure in general. I love soups lately, I am real big into stir fry. That's kind of about it. I'm sorry, I'm a boring flippant person with very mild preferences. Void Loon asks, best game on Switch? I don't own a Switch, dude. I don't know. Is Dusk, have they put a Dusk on Switch already? Apparently they delayed the release of Dusk on Switch, but it will be coming out eventually, so Dusk will be the best game on Switch. I have not played a single game on Switch, but I have played Dusk. Lina Bookworm asks a bunch of stuff, but I would really want to answer the question, can you give your cat some cuddles on camera for me? And I would love to, but he's wonderful, but he does not necessarily like cuddles. Like this one, I have two cats if you don't know. This one's a little bit of a butt. He does not necessarily like being pet with hands. See, his tail's already twitching. He's like, you know, leave me alone, I want to sleep. You know what he does like though? I'm sorry, I'm gonna gush about my cats for like half an hour. This one loves being fulminated under his chin and on the top of his head. Like I don't know if he's gonna purr because he's sleepy. Like he might not feel like purring right now. But I know this is something he really enjoyed. It's just sad because he actually is purring right now, but I can tell that the microphone is not picking it up. Poor baby. Okay, where are you going? What are you doing? What is this? Dude, I can't. Okay, fine. Come on, Red, pour into the microphone. Well, my entire desk is now filled with cat fur, and also there's a cat across a keyboard. Here he is. Say hi to the camera, Red. Alright, off you go, back to your spot. And now my entire desk is filled with cat fur, which, yeah. I don't think we're gonna top this, to be honest. I don't think we're gonna top this no matter what I do for the rest of the video. So I think that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the end for today's Q&A session. Thank you everybody so much for, you know, hanging out, for letting me know what you want to know from me, and for showing any amount of interest to my humble persona. I look forward to maybe doing another one sometime else, or a full video about my two cats, because God knows I can't do a full video about them. They are, I wanted to say amazing, but they're jerks. they're ow! See, told ya. So, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been ZloyXP, this has been Red. His name actually is Rizhi. That's like the Russian name for him. So the proper name for him would be Ginger. It's a long story, let me tell you it some other time. To be continued, have a good one, bye bye.